I love a Buffy episode without the nerds.
Oh yeah,
Not that I
you're
love this
not
episode.
into the nerds, huh?
I really didn't. I'm not a big fan of them. They're fine.
That's fine. Listen, this was a popular opinion at the time.
The only thing better, by the way, than a no nerds episode is a no nerds plus Amy episode.
Good point, man. You were living your happiest life this week.
Yeah. Well, it would seem that way. Are you a fan of this episode?
I like this a lot more than that Angel episode, but I'll tell you what, when this episode first aired, I thought it was fucking awful. Like, I remember I did a ranking after this season of the 10 worst episodes of Buffy, and this was on that list. And I really don't feel that way anymore. I kind of like the weird tone of it. Yeah, like I thought about this episode a lot when I was watching that movie. I saw the TV glow.
Okay.
I feel like the tone they were going for felt like this episode to me.
That's interesting. The I could see it like you thinking it that it's like beer bad or something. I could see thinking that way.
That
But
that's what I thought at the time, but because it stands out in that way. But I also like how fucking weird and odd the tone is, and I don't know. Like if we're only doing, and I was worried like because she stays there at the end. Like, is this gonna be the show now? She like works at a fast food restaurant. I'm like, this is the episode that we deal with it the most by far. So
yeah, I was
like
wondering how much we're gonna deal with it in the future, if at all.
no, I read a little bit, but I read that there were more plans to do it, and they had a bunch of fast food sponsors that were weirded out by how they portrayed fast food on the.
Yeah, especially Spike. Like, you're so much better than this. Like, I
Yeah,
think because he knows about the place, like he knows that it's like oh, bad. But the
yeah,
way they talk about it is clearly like these places suck. Obviously.
right, right. Like this is a nightmare existence to work at a place like this.
Yeah. Have you ever done that? I know you've done like a lot of retail stuff. You ever done like a fast food
No,
place?
I made a decision very early in life. I never wanted to work around food.
Yeah. I did Domino's for almost 4 years,
Yeah, that's right.
and it was a lot of the. I was a delivery driver, so I did a lot of driving, but I did do a lot of. I was like the best person they had there, so I would like do orders on the phone and do the drive through and deal with customers up front, and I would make pizza and take the shit out of the oven. I was doing everything. It is
Domino's
honestly
need
really stressful. Like
they
people shit
need to
on it,
be
but like
no,
a
no.
lot of people couldn't do jobs like that. It
I
sucked.
agree. I felt that way doing retail. Like you know, rich people like to refer to those jobs as like unskilled worker jobs, and I'm like, but you couldn't do it.
Yeah, you would kill yourself.
Yeah, Domino's needs to get more consistent with their crust slogan.
Well, I haven't I haven't been there in a
I
long
feel like
time, so
I never know how much seasoning, what the seasoning is going to be. It's always a different crust.
at you order from the same Domino's and it's like that.
Absolutely, and it was
Oh,
like this in New York, and it's still like this in Las Vegas.
oh, that's I don't know what the deal is then.
Get it together on the crust. Just give me the same crust every pizza. I want that garlic seasoning. All right. Let's this week on Buffy. It aired opposite the chair. That was a new game show at the time. That was you sat in a chair and answered questions, and John McEnroe was the host. Tennis Hall of Famer John McEnroe.
I was wondering who that was. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like they measured your heart rate, and if it got above a certain amount, they take points off. It was very dumb. But what's interesting about that show was it was a and twins situation because right around the same time, a different network started airing a show called The Chamber, where you were in like a torture device, and you had to answer questions while like the it got really hot and then really cold and
That's fun.
yeah.
I like games like that.
This was a thing we were doing at the time. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was really popular. So they were like, people love game shows.
But let's torture them.
But then like Fear Factor was also really popular at this time. So it's like, let's combine those things.
Right. Did you ever watch
Yeah.
Dog Eat Dog? That was a fun show.
No, I never
That was like a
did.
Fear Factor type show, like
Mm.
Wipeout or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I never watched Wipeout either, but I used to
What?
love seeing clips of it.
Wipeout was very fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would always be like, I could win this show. Of course, I was doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this aired opposite a State of the Union address.
Okay.
The George W. Bush addressing the nation, and this was sort of a famous State of the Union because it was when he first referred to Iraq, Iran, and North Korea as the axis of evil, which is
Oh,
a thing we said for years.
yeah, they probably didn't like that very much.
Yeah. The axis of evil. And oh, so that Usher song is still number one in America these 2 weeks, but we got a new number one in the UK. Hero by Enrique Iglesias.
Ooh, I like that
Yeah.
one.
I can be a hero, baby.
Yeah.
I can kiss away the pain.
Oh yeah.
We can lay like this forever. You can take my breath away.
Beautiful. I
Thank
have my
you.
lighter out. I mean my phone
Yeah, your
flashlight.
phone. That's what they do now. I like that part in Trap where Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt comes out. And we got movies, right? So it's the same top two, Black Hawk Down and Snow Dogs for the second week in a row. But we got a bunch of movies came out this week. Number three, debuting at number three, A Walk to Remember with
Okay.
Mandy Moore and Shane West, one of my father's favorite movies. And
He dies, right?
I one of them dies.
Yeah, one of them dies. I took a shot. And one of them steps on glass, right?
Do they? I don't remember
I thought
that.
they went swimming and someone stepped on glass. I don't know.
Maybe. Number five, debuting at number five, The Count of Monte Cristo. That's Guy Pearce. And you know what? Pretty good movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was directed by the same guy that did like Waterworld or something, but I like it. And debuting at number six, The Mothman Prophecies with Richard Gere.
I always heard that was scary.
It's not. It's pretty bad, but
Oh, really?
it's sort of a it's such a product of 2002. It's kind of worth watching once.
It's on my watch list.
Okay, The Mothman Prophecies. I look forward to your review of that one.
Yeah.
All right, and that's basically what was happening. This episode of Buffy, Double Meat Palace, written by Jane Espenson. I feel like you could guess that just from like watching the episode if you didn't know who wrote it. Like which Buffy writer wrote this? You'd be like, probably Jane Espenson.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Um, and director Nick Mark. This is his. I don't know. He's been with us since season 4. He did Fool for Love. You like that one
The
because
bucket.
yeah, the bucket. He
Hell
directed
yeah.
that, and Checkpoint last season, and this is the second one this season after Life Serial. Um,
Okay. I
and
like him.
yeah, no, he's good. I like Nick Mark a lot. I think he did a Something Blue back in season 4 too.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. By the way, I'll never get which one is something blue and which one is Pangs.
Pangs is the Thanksgiving one where there's a bear
And something blue, we
and
swap. Willow does the spell, and we swap.
right. It's the one where Amy comes to life for a second.
Oh, of course. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. But it's the first episode where we really reckon with any sort of attraction between Buffy and Spike,
Absolutely.
and so I wonder if it was fun for him. Like I got to direct that, and now they're fucking behind the fast food place.
I didn't love that part. That was weird. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but doesn't Buffy's hair look good in this episode?
It does. Looks better when
Thank
it
you.
was bouncing around, though, as Spike said.
Oh,
No, I don't know. So yeah, all right, Double Meat Palace, pretty fun. As we said, guys, a few months ago, I was scrolling like TV channels and I noticed there was a Buffy episode on. So I went to it, I hovered over it to see what it was, and it was Double Meat Palace. And I texted Daniel, like, Double Meat Palace is on. Remember that? And he remembered it, and I actually forgot a few weeks ago. I forgot this was the
yeah.
one. But here we are. So this is very exciting to me. So
Weird up.
yeah, so here we go. Willow tells them about the bad guys from the last episode. That did they leave in their? Was their lair in their bus? I don't really understand what was going on there.
No, their lair, I believe, was in one of their mom's basements.
Okay, and they left in the bus and left the layer there. They just
Yeah,
like packed
yeah,
stuff up.
right.
Okay, and Willow seemed
They're
pretty
on the
excited.
lam.
They are on the lam. That's right. That's pretty fun. I want an episode. I complain about the nerds, but I kind of want an episode only the nerds on the lam. That'd be a fun episode. What do you think?
That kind of would be a fun episode. I'm with you. We'll see him
And
next week.
okay. By the way, I like Xander. He's like, I don't even know who that other guy is.
Yeah,
Andrew.
yeah. That's a good running joke.
It is, yeah. It has to be. So Willow, I thought she was pretty amped that they left some things behind. Like she was like, they left this behind and this behind and this
Well,
behind
it
and
was
this.
some magic shit, so she was like tempted by it all.
Right, exactly. She like turned her on a little bit. And
Yeah.
Xander, he likes the Star Trek reference.
Oh, they had she says they had pictures of the hot Vulcan girl from Enterprise. Her name was Jolene Blaylock. And Xander gets really excited by that. This was during a weird time in Star Trek where like Star Trek wasn't that popular. So what we were doing was anytime there was a new Star Trek show, we just put like a sexy lady on there so the nerds would be excited.
Okay,
On
that's pretty good.
Voyager, it was 7 of 9, which was Jerry Ryan, the winner of Survivor Orange County,
What?
and
What is that?
the OC Survivor we did. Didn't she win?
Oh,
Like
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
that con
yes.
woman.
Of course.
And then yeah, on Enterprise they popped this girl, Jolene Blaylock. She was like a big deal at the time. Like nerds were like, she was like a big celebrity in the nerd world. But like I don't think she did anything after that show.
Well, Xander got a big pop
In
from
fact,
Xander.
I just looked her up on IMDb, and her picture is like her as a Vulcan on that show.
Oh, that's pretty sad. That's worst
Yeah.
case scenario.
Yeah,
So
kind
then
of.
Buffy, she comes down in her uniform, her Doublemeat Palace uniform. She says, "I'm ready for work," or something like that. And then we go to the credits. Pretty fun. And then we Buffy's watching the training video. Like, this is how you
Yeah,
do this.
I liked that part because it felt so accurate. I worked at Blockbuster right around this time and had to watch a training video that looked and was edited exactly like this.
Yeah, like from 1997 or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like, watch this video. Um, and Manny, we meet Manny, the manager. That's pretty funny gag there. We meet Philip.
Brett Hinckley is a good character actor. You see him in a lot of stuff. He's in Silence of the Lambs,
Oh,
and he even played a fast food manager in the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
well, I thought he was good here, so it makes sense. He went on to
Yeah.
do some other stuff.
No, I mean he did most his heyday was really the
Oh, right.
90s. Like,
True.
yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Did you like Philip or Timothy?
I liked Timothy. Wait, is Timothy I liked whichever one is like working the counter with her.
That's Gary.
Oh, that's Gary. Sorry, that's a different one. But
These are the weirdos.
yeah, these are the weirdos. I don't know that I was super impressed by either one of them.
Okay. They talk about these girls that disappeared, sort of weird there. Manny mentions lifers. Those are the guys that have been there forever. And we
Yeah.
meet your main man, Gary. He likes so much. He teaches her how to work the cash register. He's like, you just press large Coke and it gives you a large Coke.
I
And
liked Gary so much that I looked up the actor who played him.
okay.
His name is Thomas Michael Ferguson, and this is his only role.
Damn.
He must have been trying to make it as an actor, and he got cast in one thing. He got cast in one scene of an episode of Buffy once.
But kind of in a good role. He played like he was impactful.
I think he's charming. I think he has kind of nice chemistry with Buffy. It's fun to see Buffy make a friend like
That's true.
outside of her group.
I agree with that. Yeah. I
Mhm.
thought he was all right. And we meet. Oh, I like the regular customers that are like, I come here all the time. Those
Right.
guys, that old woman was funny. And then
Yeah.
the whole gang shows up. Anya, Xander, everybody shows up, and
The,
Xander.
the old woman, she's the one who at the end of the episode, spoilers, turns out to have that big thing in her head.
No,
Or
I
whatever.
thought that was the worker. I'm talking about the customers. Like there's like an old.
That's the customer.
The customer is the evil lady.
Yeah.
I thought it. I completely misread that. I thought it was like the old woman who just kind of like stands off to herself and looks weird the whole
No, no.
episode.
I mean, she doesn't have any lines the whole episode. That
Oh, I thought
woman,
that's who that
but
was at the end.
no, it's this lady, wig lady, they call her. She was in a lot of stuff. She's like one of these old ladies you like see around a lot. And every time I saw her in anything, I thought about this episode. Like I was
Yeah,
just like picturing the thing coming out of her head.
of course, of course.
Yeah.
It does look pretty cool. It was like it looked like the I thought it looked like the chest burster, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool effect. It's like really gross,
It
and
is.
that's what they're going for.
Yeah, really, really cool. And Xander wants the medley meal. Is that what you would ask
Right.
for? The medley meal?
I don't know that I want a burger and a chicken patty at the same time.
Well, I like Spike. He says, "How much are the double meat nuggets?" Or what's in the
Well,
double meat
yeah,
nuggets? He
yeah,
asks.
yeah. He wants
So
facts.
right, true. Well, facts could be the money, the price of it. That's a fact.
True.
311. That's how much it is.
It's
So
also a
Anya.
band.
Oh, you're right. That is a band.
Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa.
I
That's a
thought Anya
classic.
was pretty selfish here. She's like upset that Willow can't help her with her wedding because now she doesn't do magic. She's like, you can't put it together all quickly like you did with my engagement party.
I
You know,
honestly never thought about it before, but now this is like the first time I think I'm watching this as a sober person. And it's so like I'm like relating to the Willow parts,
yeah,
and it's so fucked up. Like that like this moment that Anya is like bemoaning the fact that she can't do this thing that was like ruining her life.
yeah. I thought like one of her worst moments, honestly.
Yeah.
I get she's like dealing like preoccupied, but that was really selfish. And then I like this. It goes to nighttime. We're still working. We meet. This is where we meet Gina. I thought Gina was gonna be the villain, or was the villain at the very end, but no,
Who's Gina?
she's like the old worker that's there.
Oh, that lady. Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was her. But then Spike shows up. He wants double meat nuggets. He says, "You're better than this place," whatever. And then Gary dies. We see Gary die. And then I love the way they do this, honestly. The direction here is very good. Like we go to nighttime, we're still there. Then we go to a commercial and then we show back up to work the next morning. Like we haven't left this place. Like we're going through what Buffy's going through. I
Yeah,
really like the way that that's
I
all
like
done.
that too.
And yeah,
Yeah,
she's
this it has a kind of an odd atmosphere. This episode, it reminds me more of like I don't know, Erie, Indiana, or something. You don't know what that is, but like there were a lot of shows in the '90s that because the X Files was so popular, that were like doing this kind of thing, like just trying to be creepy and weird, and
you,
it felt more like a show like that.
you know what I think it does well, actually. Like what it might be trying to go for is like the feeling you get when you start a new job and you're like
Yeah,
meeting all these weird new people, but they're not that weird. They're just weird to you, like
yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't know them from anything, so they could be anything. But you're just like judging them all, and like the whole atmosphere and vibe is weird, only because you make it weird, kind of. I think
Right.
that I never really thought about it, but I think that's pretty cool. And we go to yeah, we learn Gary's missing, and Buffy has to work a double apparently because this other guy didn't show up. And then she's like, "Where is he? He could be anywhere." And then we slam down meat on the counter. That's pretty funny. We're supposed to think that's him, but
Right,
it's
right.
not. Uh, so here we go. We meet Halfrek, a vengeance demon. She shows up and she thinks she's supposed to kill Xander, but then she realizes she was invited by her good friend Anyanka to the wedding. Is like the wedding coming up? She was like invited, and why is she here?
Oh, she had it wrong. Like she
Oh,
misread the thing. But the wedding is close. I mean, I think it's an episode. I don't want to spoil you. But we have this actress we've seen before.
really? I thought she was good.
Yeah,
What was she?
she's in Fool for Love. She plays the girl in Spike's flashback that he writes that poem for,
Okay, right.
who like spurns him. You know, your
Yeah, bloody
beauty
awful. Ready?
effulgent.
Effulgent. Great job.
Yeah,
Yes, of
yeah.
course.
Um, yeah, so we'll see Halfrick again, and there's some acknowledgement that perhaps this might be the same character.
Whoa, that
Yeah,
is crazy. That is
yeah.
really cool. Um, Wow, wow, wow. So we call her Hallie, which I like. That's pretty funny. And so Anya starts to also I'll call her Anyanka whenever they hang out because that's fun. Anyanka starts going on about Xander, like this is who Xander is, and Hallie's like, like,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. She's sort of not so sure about Xander, it seems like. But I don't know. And then we go, worst part of the episode, Spike and Buffy are fucking behind a dumpster at the Double Meat Palace.
I love Spike's like, you're better than working here,
Yeah, let me
but you're
fuck you
not
behind
you're
this
not
dumpster.
better than fucking me next to a dumpster.
Legitimately, I didn't care for that one bit. And so Amy's really mean. She's like a real villain now. She shows up. Willow's just like hanging out in her bedroom, maybe doing homework, or maybe she hasn't been to school recently. I don't know what she's doing. Or it might be doing some help with
I think
like
she might be doing homework. She's like highlighting shit.
right. But she was highlighting like the whole book, which was she's
Yeah,
like she's focused, but so focused that she's not focused, which
right.
is interesting. But I've been there, and
Same.
she's like yeah, she shows up and she wants to keep the cage, which I thought was cool and interesting. Like I like that that's sentimental to her. Like I want to keep this cage that was there
Yeah.
for so long. And she says she starts like kind of torturing her. Like you're never gonna have that feeling again. Like you gotta like figure out other things to do, stuff like that. And then she says, it's your birthday, and then she says potestas. That's the spell that she does.
It means
And
power in Latin.
oh shit. And did Amy think that Willow would like this?
I think Amy is just feeling very isolated now, and Willow is like her one friend that like could do the magics with her, and so she's hoping that this will like jog. Basically, she's trying to get Willow to relapse.
Right. But in the magic that she gives her is like everything she touches uh turns to shit basically. So why is that a good thing? Why would that want her to like turn back to magic? Like this is a
Well, I
terrible.
think she'll feel power again, if nothing else. But yeah, it does make her lamp disappear.
She should have given her like a cool power though, you know,
I guess.
to make her like, "Oh, I could really have some fun." But this is like
Yeah.
worst case scenario. Like her pencil
Yeah. Her
turns
pencil
dewy,
gets floppy.
floppy. Yeah, it's a good word for it. And we go back. We're back to the Double Meat Palace, and Buffy finds a finger. How'd that finger
Yeah.
get in there?
I guess it was from the old lady eating somebody. She missed a finger.
Yeah, maybe. Thinking back now that they're not really killing people, somebody just lost a finger.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And so Buffy is she goes to like does she get fired? This is where she gets fired. She's goes running out like the
Oh,
medley.
it's a Soylent Green reference. You ever see that movie?
No, never saw that one.
Yeah, in Soylent Green, like one of the twists, I mean, is that the stuff they're eating, it's like a future movie.
Right,
Everyone's
I've
like,
heard of this
yeah,
one.
yeah. So everyone's just eating this stuff Soylent Green the whole movie, and then it turns out that it's people. And who was it? Fucking
It's Apes, Planet of the Apes, right?
what?
Isn't it the guy from Planet of the Apes?
Yes, yes, that's exactly right. It's Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
And so he runs out and he starts like turning over everybody's trays and freaking out and screaming, Soylent Green is people. It's
He's
people.
perfect for that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing. But yeah, that's what Buffy's doing here basically is Soylent Green.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that. But I like the that old lady that's apparently the villain says, "What about the cherry pies?"
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
her favorite dish there. Dish is like it's a fine dining restaurant.
Dish.
And then yeah, so she gets
It's
fired.
her favorite entree.
Yeah. And we are desserts at fast food places good?
No.
Any kind of
Except
pie
for
like that?
I like a frosty from Wendy's
Well,
or
that's ice cream though.
or
I
a
don't think that counts.
McFlurry. Yeah, but yeah, I can't fuck with like the pies. That's it's gross.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just read that a lady had a McDonald's pie and the filling came out. Like she took a bite and the filling came out the other side of the pie, and I saw she had a bunch of burns on her neck, like her skin was peeling off.
What? Because
Yeah,
of the pie?
because the filling of the pie was super hot and it came out and burned her neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, don't eat McDonald's pie, I guess.
No, I steer clear.
Um, so so Anya goes more about Xander. She says he's very kind, he's brave, he has the sweetest smile, the nicest body, and he loves her. I'd say those are pretty good reasons to be with him.
Yeah, but he tells her what to do and
Oh,
tells her
right.
she's wrong sometimes. Mansplain or human splains.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we go back to the magic box. Buffy called a meeting, but only Don and Xander showed up. They're playing Go Fish. I enjoyed that moment. No, I have a lot of Don recently.
I liked Dawn in this episode though.
Me too. I love whenever she's around, but we don't get her a lot. Like ever since Tara left, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, yeah, there was that one episode where they like went out
Hardball.
on a date together. Yeah.
By the way, did they go to Doublemeat Palace? Because here Dawn says I've been to a lot of them in California,
That's a good
and in
question.
that one she says double meat party in my mouth or whatever, right?
She might be eating Doublemeat Palace in that episode. I know that
I
they
think we'll
set
go
it
with that.
up. They in that same episode, or I think it's that episode. When Amy's watching TV,
Yeah,
there there's a Doublemeat Palace commercial on the TV.
I think that's a different episode. I thought that was like
Oh,
a
that's a
couple
different
episodes
one.
ago.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's like between that episode and this episode, something like that. Um, so I thought this was a crazy move by Buffy. Honestly, she comes in, she has a burger, like to tell him what the whole deal is. She throws it on the table, and then Xander obviously is going to eat it, and then she gets mad at Xander, like, "Why would you eat that?" Like she just like tossed it there as if it was free for anybody.
I will say that Xander eats it instantly. Like she goes to talk to Dawn for like 10
Well,
seconds.
she throws it
And
on the table, like, "Here, this is from work. Have it."
but I mean, what a pig.
I don't know. I kind of didn't think anything of it.
He wolfed that shit down.
I thought more bad judgment from her. Obviously, he was going to do that. You've got to know that at this point. But Buffy tells him the whole thing. She says it's probably people, and then Xander's like probably people or whatever he says. And so Willow comes in and she makes her pencil wobbly. I think he said and
Floppy.
floppy. Sorry. And we go. Buffy goes back at nighttime when it's closed to the Double Meat Palace, and she trips over Manny's foot. Manny's dead. The manager. Didn't
Yeah.
expect that to happen, but there he is. And you know it's him because of the shoes he had on,
Saddle shoes.
right, which they point out earlier in the episode.
Right.
And then we go so back to the magic box, and Dawn is like, and then this whole thing where like Buffy's life is over, right? She's gonna be working these shit jobs forever. I still have hope. And Xander's like, yeah, you go get them, Dawn. So I didn't really know what that was about,
Well, I
but
think it was more about like Dawn realizing like what that Buffy's future isn't so bright. Like we think of Buffy as she's the Slayer, right? She's important.
yeah,
She's
he
like a
says she's a
crucial
Slayer.
character in the world. But yeah, that's not a paying gig. It should be. The Watchers Council should pay.
That's like me. I'm like an all-star podcaster, but it's not really a paying gig.
I know. I feel the same way every
It's
day.
pretty sad.
Mhm.
And so Willow, she's like working on this chemistry solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
She's just trying to figure out whether there's any human in the burger meat.
Oh, right, of course, right.
Mhm.
And so Anya
I
comes
like
in.
it. By the way, very good writing here. I like that Dawn says there's still meat scribbles on the wrapper, and I knew exactly what she meant. Meat scribbles.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's kind of gross. Meat scribbles. But so Xander, he says, Anya, did you look like Halfrek when you were a Vengeance Demon too? Does he not remember her? Was he not see
he
her?
never saw her as a vengeance demon. Only Buffy and Giles did, I think.
Oh shit.
Oh, and
Yeah,
Cordelia.
right, of course. And it's such a cool thing that she was called because of Xander, right?
Yeah.
That's such a cool tidbit about them. And so back to the Double Meat Palace, Buffy finds the wig. I wrote the wig of Gina. It's not
No.
Gina. It's that regular customer that's been there.
Yeah.
But so then the crazy alien pops out, and we get Buffy starts. She becomes paralyzed and starts like crawling around the entire store. I have a question about the drive-through microphone. At the Domino's I worked at, we didn't have a microphone. It was just like you pull up to the window and you like say your name or whatever. We give you your pizza, but but Willow was just like talking in the thing, and Buffy can hear her, and Willow can
Yeah.
also hear what's going on inside. Like I heard some banging around in there.
I would think someone needs to press a button
I would think
to
so too.
yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Um yeah, the thing's gross and it spits that liquid, that paralyzing formula or whatever.
Oh, that's
That's
what that was. I thought that was
yeah,
like an
yeah.
alien reference, like it's like acid blood or whatever.
No, no, that's what see it was trying to spit that at Willow when she comes in.
Yeah, she dodged it.
Uh yeah, but yeah, it didn't hit her, so she was able to cut that thing off.
Hell yeah, you're absolutely right. And so yeah, so Willow does that, and then Buffy stabs it in the neck, and then Willow shoves it through the grinder.
This fucking thing's so funny. But
It
whatever.
was like the mom episode. Those screeching things sounded like those guys a little bit.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
What are
Yeah.
those things? Listening to Fear.
Yeah.
Those guys.
I don't remember the names of those things.
I meant the name of the episode. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So Amy shows up at Willow's or at like everybody's house later. What do we call it? It's not Willow's house.
It's
Do we call it Buffy's
Buffy's.
house?
Yeah.
And she's like, I need some detergent. Willow, can you give me some detergent? That'd be nice. And Willow's like, no, I fucking hate you. I hated my
Yeah.
birthday
Fuck
present.
off.
I hated what you did to me. Was so uncool. And but Amy says, I just want to know, did you have fun though? Was it fun? And Amy says, this was a cool line here. We sort of talked about it a few weeks ago. She says, I forgot a lot while you were failing to make me not be a rat.
I like that line too.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
Throw that back in her face because I have questions about that too. So, and Willow, really cool little snap back here from Willow. She says, if you're my friend, you better stay away from me. And if you aren't my friend, you better stay away from me.
Mm.
Whoa. Holy shit. We mentioned a few weeks ago, like she's going to come back and be an ally, which was sort of what happened originally. But now they're going to be feuding witches. But Willow doesn't have powers. So how's that going to go? I don't know. And then, so Buffy goes to return her uniform to the Doublemeat Palace. We have a new manager, Lorraine Ross. Do you like her?
I mean, I don't know much. I didn't recognize her or anything, but I looked up the actress and apparently she was a regular on that show, Psych. Some people like that show.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to think of the theme song for that one.
You know that you've watched that enough to know the theme
No,
song?
I just like theme songs to shows.
Huh.
Uh, I never saw Scrubs, but I know that
I'm no Superman.
one. So yeah, I liked Lorraine Ross. I thought she was cool. Maybe she'll be back. I don't know.
She
But
will.
Buffy,
We'll see her again.
that's cool. But Buffy says it was kind of funny here. She's like, I won't expose the secret that there's beef in your beef or whatever.
No, vegetables.
But it
It's
had
made.
like some beef in it, right? Like the
Yeah,
secret was
that's
beef.
the secret. That's the
Right.
secret is that they flavor the vegetables with beef.
Yeah. And she's like, I won't tell anybody if I can keep my job. That's like the
Yeah.
agreement that they come to. And Lorraine tells her to shoot for 5 years. She points to her pen that says 5 years of working at the Doublemeat Palace. So that's
Yeah.
what will happen, I guess. 3 stars?
Yeah, I would give this one a 3. You know, if you asked me when I first watched it, I give it like a 1 or 2. But this one's really grown on me over the years.
Yeah, I was a fan of this one. MVP, LVP? MVP, I'm going to go with Buffy.
Did we do that in the last episode?
For Angel?
The Angel, yeah.
Yeah, Cordelia was our MVP and our LV. Mine was Gunn. I forgot who yours was.
I don't think I said, but
Did you
I'll
say your
just go
LVP?
with yours. That's fine.
You did say.
MVP for this is I don't know, Buffy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she takes it.
And LVP.
It's one of those guys, probably.
Yeah, I don't like the bearded
Timothy?
guy.
The one who shows her the greaser
Yeah.
and says, like, I got grease in my ears. That guy?
Yes, that guy.
I think that was Philip.
Okay.
That's fine. I remember him more, though. I don't really remember Timothy.
No, that's fair. The Timothy is the one who comes and shows up and he's like, it just starts bubbling sometimes. They say maybe a fly got in there.
And he says like, "Oh, you showed back up the next day." Like he's like
Right,
clocking
right.
in next to her. I'll go Timothy. You'll go Philip. That'll be fine. And
Okay.
our ranking time. So I just hit my mic. I hope that didn't do anything. I have it of 112 episodes. I put it at 94, so not extremely high, but not super low either.
What do
Between
I have at
bad,
94?
what'd you say?
No, no. So what is it between? Go ahead.
Between Bad Eggs and Reptile Boy.
All right. I like it more than both of those, I think.
Okay, so start at Bad Eggs.
Where do I have no start at Reptile Boy? Because
Well,
I
they're
might
very
not like it.
similar.
Okay,
It's
where do I have
Reptile
those?
Boy is 104, so these are a lot lower than mine, like 10
Oh,
spots lower.
Jesus. Okay.
It's going up from Reptile Boys, Triangle. I don't know why I said it like Triangle. Bad Eggs, Inca Mummy Girl, Fear Itself, Doomed, Out of My Mind, Go Fish, which we played in this episode. Never Kill a Boy on the First Date, my Emily. Sunday Assembly Required, Nightmares, I Was Made to Love You, Gingerbread, Real Me, Blood Ties, Pangs.
All
This
right, all right.
this got to be
No,
lower than
maybe
some of
I
this stuff.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is better than Gingerbread.
Yeah, I think so. But what
And
do
I
I
Was
have
Made to Love You.
above gingerbread?
Real Me. Above that is Blood Ties.
You could put it between blood ties and real me.
Okay. So you have it at 91 and I have it at 94.
Okay.
So I had the Angels ahead of you and you had Buffy ahead of me,
Yeah. Just by a
which is
little
cool.
bit though. We were around the same marker.
But I did think this might be an episode that would go up with like a second viewing. Like my second viewing, it might even go up
Y-
too. And I
yeah,
started out
yeah.
liking it, which is different from where you started out.
There you go. Yeah.
Um, so that's Buffy's Angels. Oh, we have some comments here, I do believe.
Joshy.
Joshy says, Angel, Lorne misused the word vomitorium. That's not a place where you go puke. Not a great week for either show. Whoa.
Agreed.
What is a vomitorium?
I don't know.
Huh. You should have let us know, Josh. You look it up while I read this comment. Look up what a
Okay.
vomitorium is. He says, Buffy, I love Willow's delivery in the opening when she tells Xander, yeah, for the rest of your life. I don't know what that's in
Oh,
reference
it's
to.
like a whole like if you're in like an arena, or a stadium, like the entrances, the archways that you walk through, that's a
Hmm.
vomitorium.
Oh, interesting.
Mm,
It might not have been misuse. It could have just been a little joke.
could be.
Because it sounds like vomitorium. I don't know. Uh, yeah. What was this? Yeah, for the rest of your life, Willow said to Xander.
Oh, I like
Marriage?
that. Yeah, yeah. He goes, welcome to today's episode of I Love Money. It's something I have to listen to every day. And Willow goes, yeah, for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was very good. He says Anya's a Marxist. I wish I knew what that word meant. Dehydrated pickles. Has anyone ever heard of this? Weird episode. Very season one. I don't love the direction they're going with Anya getting all snippy, e.g., when she said Willow is sensitive.
Mm,
Yeah, we
that's the
agree.
part you didn't like. Yeah.
Right. But I did like the bit with her vengeance demon friend. Yes, totally.
Okay.
Dehydrated pickles. Yeah, I feel like I never heard of that either.
Me neither. All right. All right.
I do
Next
like
week.
pickles though.
Me too. I fucking love pickles,
Have I
dude.
told you about my snack? You take pickles and goldfish. You ever hear that?
No, I
It's a
can see
good
that
snack.
working.
That's what you said last time when I told you about
uh,
it.
all right. Listen, next week, a lot more to chew into.
Okay.
Uh,
I feel like
it's
with this,
gonna.
we got into these a lot.
We did, but these are interesting episodes. Angel before Buffy. Next week's Angel, episode 13, written and directed by Joss Whedon,
Mm.
is called "Waiting in the Wings."
Wow. Okay. It's gonna be Cordelia at a play. She gets hired to do a play, and she's waiting in the wings. And then
Okay.
there's a dragon that crashes through, but she's
Oh,
safe because she was waiting in the wings.
great. All right. And next week's Buffy, episode 13 of season 6 of Buffy, is called Dead Things. They rhyme. Waiting in the Wings, Dead Things.
Whoa. I'm gonna guess that. Uh, I don't know. I ran out of steam. I don't really have anything for that. I'm trying to think of something.
All right. Waiting in the Wings and Dead Things. Next week, on Buffy's Angels.